This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. Happy Tuesday, everybody. It's November 26th. I'm here with Stefanie, Brandon, Erica. I'm Jeff. Let's jump right in, guys. Justin Timberlake has some splaining to do. He's in New Orleans shooting a new movie, but while he was out with his cast and crew, paparazzi spotted him getting close with his co-star Alicia Wainwright, and guess what? He wasn't wearing his wedding ring either. But sources are saying nothing is going on and that his marriage to Jessica Biel will survive. Justin just drank a little bit too much and got carried away, but are you buying this explanation, ladies?
I'm still.
I mean, I don't blame him for getting close to Alicia. She's hot.
Yes,
but
she is.
single, he is not. And when you see the explanation, pay attention to the way that it is worded, because it says his marriage with Jessica Biel will survive. It doesn't say she forgives him. It doesn't say what he did was right. It just said it will survive. It also goes on to say that he had too much to drink and got a little carried away. I actually have a certain degree of respect for somebody being that honest, because they didn't try to come up with a whole lot of excuses that we were not going to buy.
Okay, I'm actually going to slightly stand up for him a teeny tiny bit. Maybe he wasn't wearing his ring because obviously he's acting, he's filming a movie. Maybe he had to remove it for that. Right. I mean, I know my memory is the worst in the world. I forget everything all the time. I forget what happened yesterday. So if I took off my ring and I've got to do that for like a performance, or I'm at work or whatever, I might forget to put it back on that day until I see it later on. So all I'm saying is maybe that is for that. But he looks to me as though he's like really sitting back, but she apparently was stroking his leg.
Yeah.
But it went on for a while. There was a lot of
some rubbing
reciprocal
going on.
touching.
Just some rubbing. That's a little leg rubbing.
I mean, you don't look rubber. I can't even say.
We're going to leave it there.
I'm team Erica Cobb on this one.
I hear you. And he's got to finish the movie, though.
He's got to finish that movie. If I was Jessica, I would be like, you better get that paycheck and you better get your ass home.
Ooh. All right, we're going to move on, guys. Dancing with the Stars just crowned a new winner, and it's Bachelorette Hannah Brown. In the middle of the show, ABC aired a promo for the new season of The Bachelor.
What are you doing here?
Making decisions for my heart. Because I know there's still something there, and I would do anything for a relationship.
What I'm about to say is extremely crazy. What would you say if I asked you to come be part of the house?
Oh my God!
So it's an ABC star winning an ABC show. Smell a little fishy.
A little bit, but at the same time, these type of shows have a cult following. So people are going to watch because of her. So then they see this racy teaser where it's like, oh my gosh, come join the show again. And there are women who go out there, Erica, I'm not going to drink it, but that's their tea. Like, they want that, and they want to see her on there because there's going to be a whole thing of drama.
You're right.
And that's what the Bachelor and Bachelorette season is all about. So great, kudos to ABC, because it's all about getting eyes on, because they
whoever's producing that is producing it to the like 9th degree, and I mean, good for them. And like, I mean, obviously she's got a huge following. Everyone wants to see her find love.
Do they?
I think they do. I don't know why they're so desperate for it, but like they are. I mean, what was the name?
This would be the third season in a row. Give someone else a chance. She did The Bachelor, then she was The Bachelorette. Yeah. Now if she goes back on The Bachelor again, she just won Dancing with the Stars. I'm all for taking a reality career and moving it to the next level. But you know what I mean?
She's obviously bringing in the ratings.
Well, and I think there are certain people that people really want to follow the journey with, and I'm actually all of Bachelor Nation. I think that's a big part of it. They want to follow the journey because they feel like they were on the inside of when it first started. But I'm not going to take anything away from her in terms of winning Dancing with the Stars. I think that some other things might have actually played into it. It's kind of like when I used to sit down with Big Mama growing up, and Big Mama had one network as if the rest of them didn't exist, and it was CBS. She loved CBS in the morning. She loved the lineup on CBS. Every day that it was on CBS. So I think that people are just really loyal to their people.
Big Mama used to watch 227.
There's no place like home.
Hey.
When your family's around you, you'll never go wrong.
Ooh.
All right, Tori Shulman. Tori Shulman, just go on and go. She's waiting over there. Tori Shulman, everybody. There she is.
Have a great time.
Bye.
We're working. We're working.
She was waiting patiently for us to go. All right, guys. T.I. is responding to backlash after saying he goes to the OBGYN with his daughter. You guys remember this story. On the podcast, Lady Like Us, he said he takes his oldest daughter to the gynecologist every year to make sure she's still a virgin. He tried to explain himself on Red Table Talk. Let's take a listen.
I think all of this surrounds a conversation that I was having in a very joking manner when asked, how do I deal with parenting in this day and age? And so I just began to, you know, from a place of truth, I began to embellish and exaggerate. And I think that a lot of people kind of like took it extremely literal.
I'm kind of with him on that one because me and my brother, me and my older brother, I have 3 beautiful nieces because of him and my sister-in-law. We got the thing. Remember the Bad Boys 2 scene when the guy Reggie comes to the door and Will Smith's drunk, he got the gun and all that. Someone posted that online on Twitter one time, and everyone was going crazy. A lot of women were going crazy, Erica and Stephanie, because they were like, "Oh, that's so antiquated. Oh, the gun, that sort of thing." Me as an uncle, who I would do anything for any of my nieces. I kind of find that as him being a good father, making that joke that's kind of antiquated, and he's getting that backlash. So, like help him out here. Like,
it's not my responsibility.
He's being a good father.
No, it's not my responsibility to help him out. I can understand where he might think he's coming from because I've experienced that with my own father. The problem with that is when you overstep your boundaries as any man in a young girl or woman's life, then you're also depriving her of the ability to take ownership over her sexual safety, her sexual health, and her decisions. That manifests itself in other ways. So even though you think that you're trying to be protective, you might actually be hindering someone that you really care about and stunting her growth in some capacity. I think that it was very important for him to come forward and have this conversation because there are a lot of men who can see themselves in what he's saying. But I think the reason why it was so important is because he's sitting down with Jada Pinkett Smith, who's giving him a way of being a portal for other men to see themselves through them so that they don't have raised women who struggle with certain aspects of their sexuality because of that hindrance.
And I see what you're saying, Brandon. I totally get what you're saying because even T.I. in the interview goes, I understand that I don't understand.
Right.
And I think that's what Erica's trying to say. I think as men, we mean well, but it just doesn't come out like that. And I totally see what you're saying. We got a lot to learn.
Yeah, we do.
Never stop learning.
We should talk about more during the digital break on Facebook and YouTube because there's other layers to this as well, and I think it's worth discussing.
We could always learn something. All right, guys, Kim Kardashian is reflecting on her fashion choices in an interview with Vogue, and not all of them were winners, obviously. Like this floral gown she wore to the 2013 Met Gala. The dress became a huge meme that left Kim in tears. Let's watch.
I was crying like the whole way home because I just couldn't believe it. There was all these memes about me and this couch, and I think like Robin Williams even tweeted it and said I look like Miss Doubtfire. Like it was like this whole thing. So I just like cried.
Sorry, I giggled. And here to refresh your memory, this is the infamous Robin Williams meme Kim was talking about. So it's kind of funny. Any fashion disasters? When you're on the red carpet that much, you're going to have a disaster.
I mean, oh my gosh, even those mere mortals. I mean, let's be real. Erica saw me walk in this morning and I looked an absolute mess. I'm wandering around in my moon boots. I've got some big puffy coat on. I look like I'd been dragged through a bush. I mean, I did walk through a storm to get here.
You weren't walking red carpet, though.
I know, but I think it's very, very easy, and people are very quick to judge and blame or, you know, point the finger. I mean, let's be honest, I do it about every celebrity every single Wednesday and Friday. Yeah. We all do. So I just think, I feel bad for her in this case solely because she was pregnant.
Right, that's where, I think that's where a lot of the empathy comes from.
I think otherwise she'd have probably laughed at it a little bit more, but bless her, you know. It happens to the best of us.
That's not worse than what she wore to the Sunday service with Kanye and Joel Osteen. Have you seen the memes on that one? Did you see what she had on, like the long Hillary Clinton blouse outfit? Like that?
No.
Go look that up. I would look it up during the break.
Like I said, when you're photoed every day, you're going to have some.
Yes.
Just go back 15 years of your own photos, and you're going to laugh.
Hey, I had pink hair, the braces, everything.
It's like my hair just the past 10 months alone has taken on a whole new life.
That's That's a person within
You
himself.
popping though, girl. You
Looks
popping.
good. Looks
Thank
good.
you.
All right, guys, coming up, even more fashion fails. We're showing you some of the biggest style crimes of the decade. Plus, Stefanie lives out her American dream and goes on an authentic cattle drive. Will the livestock get the best of her? Uh-oh. And don't go anywhere because later in the show, we are announcing the winner of our Sandals Vacation Sweepstakes. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back.
I have hair.
This November, DBL is better than ever. This week, Al gets much-needed cooking lessons just in time for Thanksgiving. Don't miss a minute of Daily Blast Live.
You guys are welcome. Thanks for being the best host in the game.
I wanted to go back to the TI thing, the Red Table Talk thing. Because I don't want to overstep my boundaries as an uncle, as my nieces get older.
And
you don't.
But me and my brother, we have this thing where it's like, we send each other pictures of us working out because it's like, she's going to prom in 10 years. You know, we got to make sure.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a guy joke thing.
Yeah.
But I think it goes a little deeper than that. A part of it has to do with the fact that you now realize that every woman is someone's daughter. Most women are someone's niece. Now that makes you look a little bit differently about like her growing up and how people are going to look at her. So you, of course, want people to treat her better than perhaps you've treated other girls in your past. And so it becomes more personal. But it's personal for you. It's a projection onto her. And I think it's very important that you kind of like make that line in the sand and say what that is, because I think it gives young women a disservice.
And at the same, I love what you're saying because yes, I have done women wrong in my past or something like that. You know, nothing that's gonna get me too or anything. But at the same time, no, I feel as though I'm that uncle to where when I'm riding with them, I'm taking them to the outlet for good grades and stuff. And I'm like, hey, if a guy doesn't open up the door for you, you don't walk in. If a guy is not, you don't need him to pay for your first date when you finally go on dates, because Uncle Brandon and your dad is going to be able to give you money, show you how to make money and that sort of thing. I don't never want my nieces, and when I have daughters, to ever have to really depend on a man, that sort of thing. So I think that's more of my projection when it comes to trying to teach them. But at the same time, yes, I understand that there are some wolves out there in sheep's clothing.
Yeah, you're almost trying to control more than you ever possibly can.
Yeah.
Welcome back to DBL. Just before the break, we showed you Kim Kardashian's epic floral dress fail. And trending today is a list of more fashion faux pas from the past decade, ranked by British women. So here's our own fashionista and pond hopper, Stefanie Jones, to break down all the looks.
Are we doing the special effects like we usually do?
No.
Oh,
Nope, we're on a one-shot. Roll it away, Stefanie.
My fashion story, Brandon. So prepare to get your knickers in a twist, you lot, because these looks are going to leave you gobsmacked. So first up, I love her, English reality star Gemma Collins. We call her JC in England. Where to even begin with this atrocious mess, my love? I can't even put my finger on it. But this look reminds me of something. What could it be? Looks like she forgot to take the dress off her hanger and just put it on. I mean, does this dress look like an adorable Sharpay puppy?
No!
Is it just me?
Not
or does she look
Sharpay.
like, yeah, Sharpay or Bobby Boucher from Waterboy? Moving on, too much fabric, but you know, not nearly enough. Okay, what about Miley Cyrus and the infamous outfit from the 2015 MTV VMAs? She's a picnic short of a sandwich here, if you know what I mean. We had to blur half of it out. And I couldn't even imagine what this look broke Dad Billy Ray's achy breaky heart. He'd have been gutted, wouldn't he? Our next fashion failure is Meghan Markle.
What?
Yeah, she's typically known for royal style, but unfortunately, the Duchess of Sussex misstepped when it came to her shoes. So let's have a little closer look. Zoom on in. Whose shoes did she borrow? Yeah. Okay, so the only time oversized shoes are cute are on a 6-year-old that's playing dress up. Hashtag Northwest wore it better. And our final fashion fail comes all the way from 2010. 2020 is Lady Gaga's infamous meat dress. Animal rights activists had some major beef with her outfit, and I don't disagree because she butchered this red carpet look. I mean, it's utterly disgusting, and I am not amused. This fashion fail was a huge mistake. So Jeff,
Wow, they keep coming,
and Joel put the work in today. The producer, he went for it.
It started all with the pond hopper.
I
and it just
know.
never ended.
I loved it.
I didn't like the shoulder pads. I'm not a big shoulder pad guy.
I think it's a bit much.
Yeah.
What's up with the shoes? I didn't even know.
It's just, I said that when I looked at the images. I was like, I think we're being a bit harsh.
That's
but in
too
Britain,
harsh.
people were tearing her apart, wearing shoes that don't fit. I was like, she's only got a little. I mean, give the girl room to breathe.
I think people are hating because when I see a girl who has feet that are too small for her shoes, I am very envious because I am a 10, 10 and a half, and buying shoes is a nightmare. So I think it's hating Bigfoot
definitely
girls.
hate. Listen, I don't even know how you guys walk around in those things.
The heels.
Shout out to you, everyone who wears heels.
It's a skill.
Speaking of fashion fails, an entire clothing company could be in big trouble. Raquel, what's going on?
Well, Jeff, J-Lo's love don't cost a thing, but her look sure does. Thousands of people recreated her iconic Grammy look from the 2000s, including yours truly. Now, Versace, the designer of the original look, is suing Fashion Nova for a costume claiming it looks too much like the famous green gown. So Versace wants all the profits made from this dress and asks that it is never sold again. J-Lo hasn't commented on the case, but it seems she doesn't mind copycats at all. She liked and shared people's photos dressed up in the exact same costume.
Yeah, she liked yours, didn't she?
Raquel, including yours.
She liked yours.
She liked mine. I don't think I had the Fashion Nova dress, though, so we're safe.
Oh.
Right.
All right, good. You look terrific, by the way, Raquel.
Yes, she did.
That's the end? Thanks,
Oh,
Raquel.
Yeah.
Thanks, Raquel. You look terrific. Everybody does. Let's just see how long we can milk this for.
Okay.
Nah, we're going to go. We'll be right back.
Health Market.
Hi, DBL Nation. Welcome to Fast Blast, where I give you some entertainment headlines you might have missed. Now, we've almost made it to December, and it's hard to believe it's almost the end of the year. But hearing the lineup for Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve is helping me prepare. Lucy Hale, Billy Porter, and Ciara are all joining Ryan Seacrest. So, DBL Nation, what are your plans for New Year's Eve? I still haven't thought of mine. Now, if you've been watching Disney Plus, you'll notice a key feature is missing. The Are You Still Watching button on almost all streaming services is not there. You know, the one that makes you question your life choices after you've pressed it more than 3 times? Well, Disney Plus changed that. It's there now to rein us all in. Now, lots of ladies and gentlemen dressed up as Jennifer Lopez for Halloween, including yours truly, but it turns out one of the sellers of our iconic Grammy look didn't get permission. Versace is suing Fashion Nova for their Love Don't Cost a Thing costume for how closely it looked to the Grammy-winning look. Now, I guess it's only for Jenny for the block, and maybe me too. And that's it for headlines. See you next time.
This November, DBL is better than ever. We're talking with the father of school shooting victim, Kendrick Castillo.
You know, he was my best friend, and he was the love of his mother's life.
A woman finds out her mother's fertility doctor may be the father.
I'm thinking my dad is not my biological father.
Meeting a transgender mountain climber determined to conquer the world.
Took the risk of becoming my authentic self.
And unraveling mysteries in our true crime chronicles. And that's just the beginning of what's happening on Daily Blast Live this November. We never stop talking about what you're talking about.
Welcome back to DBL, the American Wild West. It's something that I've dreamt about since I was a child, and you can thank the movie City Slickers for that. The open range, riding horseback and herding cattle. I mean, seriously, what's not to love? That's why I visited the Rusty Spur Ranch in Kremlin, Colorado to see if I've got what it takes to be an American cowgirl. Check it out. Come into Rusty Spur Ranch. I'm with Stu, my producer. I think he's feeling ready. I'm definitely feeling ready. And apparently My cowboy is called Han. I've just got no idea of what he's going to be like. I've got all these visions in my mind that he's going to be like Curly from City Slickers. I hope I don't annoy him. We are literally pulling in to the ranch like right now. Oh, there's so many horses. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I can see loads of them are all like saddled up. Oh my God, he's got a cowboy hat on. Is that him? My real life cowboy? I can't believe it.
Hi,
Hello.
Stefanie. Nice to meet you. How are you?
Han is the instructor of the ranch today. And let me tell you, he's a real cowboy. Yeehaw! Oh, I'm so excited. This is literally my dream and you're making it come true. So I'm so excited. You just have no idea. We arrived to the ranch and it literally looks like I have arrived on a movie set. I mean, Butch Cassidy can eat his heart out because I am the new cowboy kid.
What we're going to do with you today is we're going to take you with us while we go locate our cows.
Okay.
Cool. Let's go.
So we ride for a good 20 minutes before we even see any sighting of a cow. They're very cute, fluffy, black and minding their own business over grazing on a mountainous side. He then tells us we need to round them up and get them moving over another mountain. So it then becomes a whole other ball game of horse riding.
And we're going to move the whole bunch right towards our crew there.
Oh no, what about these guys? Han spots a couple of cows over in the near distance that are, have broken away from the pack. I thought I had it in very capable hands, but no, it was the dog who saved the day.
Roxy, go left.
I've got a runaway cow situation on my hands, but Roxy is being an extremely good assistant. Let me tell you, nothing puts things into perspective than a little dog doing things that you certainly cannot do.
So cows always move away from pressure. So wherever we are, we're applying pressure to the herd to cause them to move away. So generally speaking, we want to put the cows between us and where we want to go and push them in that direction.
There's a little fence over in yonder distance, which we can't really see, but we're just aiming for wherever direction he's pointing at, and I'm just going along with it because I can't see anything. And then the fence, the space is like this big, and we've got like 100 cows to get through a space this big. You can imagine what it's like. It is a circus. Okay, so the last bit of the drive, we're getting the cattle to their final destination, and so we're like pushing the cattle up over this hill, and then it gets to the top and you can just see all these aspen trees, the blue sky, the mountain range. Honestly, it was just incredible. I just would do it again and again and again. Come on, get it moving, guys. Let's go. Come on, let's go, let's go. Hey, cows, keep going. Move it, cows.
All right, Steph, that's enough.
Yeah?
Let's call it quits here.
So that was an experience, but one I'll never forget. You've made my dream come true. This has been the best day ever. Thank you so much. And thank you, Pocahontas, too.
It was our pleasure. Well, thanks for joining us, Steph. It was a pleasure to have you.
Great job, Steph. But you left your hat at the ranch?
All right, hang on a minute. Thank you, cowboy. Look at that, eh?
Special effects on this show.
I know, look at that.
Special effects.
You did a great job. Did you have fun?
No, you know what? It was so much fun, and I'm sure we can put all the details up on the website. If anyone wants to go over to the ranch, you guys can go and do it too for the whole day. It's amazing, honestly. It was so awesome.
Terrific job, and it looks beautiful. Yes, so everyone who shot that looks great.
Oh, it was like a massive team effort, seriously. Everyone who worked on that did so well. Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Yeehaw!
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Thanksgiving is next week, but now is the time to shop smart and save money on your turkey dinner. So budgetologist Felicia Jones is here to discuss this on today's Dollars and Cents presented by John Hancock. Felicia, thank you so much for being here first off.
Oh, thank you for having me again. I'm excited.
Thanksgiving is next week, as we just mentioned, and it's easy to go overboard on those dinners. We need some tips on how to save some money, Felicia.
Yes, we're going to talk about that because, Thanksgiving is all about the fun and the family, but if you're like like me, you spend too much and you spend all your time cooking, so you're not really having as much fun. But we're going to talk about the money side of it first.
Okay.
Start shopping early. You know, all of those ads that come into the mail, actually start paying attention to them because the savings are spread out over the weeks, and this is a great time to load up on all of the baking goods and everything. So start shopping early.
So we could even use these for Christmas too.
Oh gosh, yes you can.
Nice.
So start shopping early. Then go all inclusive for Thanksgiving. So many restaurants and the box meal services are packaging things up from $89 to up to $150, and you have a meal in a box already ready to go.
Good tip.
And then the other thing, which is a funny one, but skip the table decorations. Now, I'm one of those, I want the house to look like autumn and fall, and I get all these little leaves from the stores. So actually save yourself about $100, go outside, there's leaves out there. Use
there you
those.
go.
I know.
I gotta tell my wife that. She likes to go to the store instead.
So we got a couple of more. So if you actually don't want to do anything, but you want to feel really good, actually volunteer and give back to others.
I like that one.
This was a good one because now you get to go serve other people at Thanksgiving, serve some meals, and have a fun day with your family out and helping other people.
That's a good one. I think we're going to try to do that this Thanksgiving.
That's actually a really fun one. And of course, my last best tip, if you want to save some money on Thanksgiving, go to somebody else's house.
That's the smartest tip yet.
I know, but don't come to mine.
Felicia, you can come to mine.
Okay, good.
And
I'll bring the dinner rolls and some ice.
And some leaves.
Yes, and some leaves.
If you want to be a hero, you bring the ice to every party. That should be on the tip list.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Felicia. To submit your financial questions for the next Dollars and Cents, please email askmrsjones@dailyblastlive.com. And for info about life insurance and retirement planning, call John Hancock at 1-800-978-0663. We'll be right back.
There's a bunch of cooking myths that pop up this time of year, so food safety experts are working to prove those wrong. The most common holiday food safety mistake? Washing the turkey. Yeah, don't do that. All the washing does is spread that nasty bacteria to your sink, surfaces, and possibly other food. As for safe defrosting, there are no shortcuts. Defrosting a turkey in the fridge will take about 24 hours for every 5 pounds. So if you have a large bird, you'll want it out of that cryo chamber, like now. If you need it defrosted faster, put it in cold water, but change that water frequently, about every half hour. And don't rush the stuffing. This goes to the old stuffing versus dressing debate. Food safety experts recommend dressing or the dish cooked outside the turkey rather than stuffing. The extra cooking time needed for it can often dry out the turkey. In the end, you want your family to be asking for seconds, not running to the bathroom. Connecting the dots, I'm Howard Bernstein. Get up, DC.
Welcome back to DBL. The chatting never stops between these two. Today we're announcing the winner of our Sandals Escape the Winter Sweepstakes. You guys ready? It's an all-exclusive luxury vacation to the Caribbean for 2. Let's get a little drum roll. And congratulations to Jessica Marshall from Fort Myers, Florida, who watches us on Fox 4 Southwest Florida. You going to the Caribbean, girl.
You can say bye.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.